Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the Moto G Stylus 2025. Now you can pick this one up online. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one is $400. Now let me start by saying this. Shout out to Motorola. This might be a perfect $400 phone. Now, whenever I do a phone review, I try to look for the things that I don't like. Everybody knows the thing that they're going to like about a phone, but I try to find the things that I don't like and compare them to other phones. After using this phone as my daily driver, there's really only two things that I could complain about. Number one, there's no always on display. And number two, no IR blaster. Now that might not be the biggest deal in the world for you, but me, I can't sleep with a watch on. And I'm always catching a flight. I always got an appointment somewhere. I'm taking a whole bunch of power naps during the day. I need an always on display on my phone. Not to mention, I got 1,000 monitors and gadgets all over the place. I need an IR blaster. But other than that, this phone has everything. Everything. IP68 dust and water resistance, expandable memory, headphone jack, and Smart Connect, which is basically Samsung DeX. Let me say another thing. This is a $400 phone. I would take this phone any day of the week and twice on Sunday over the Galaxy A56. Easily. This is a beast right here. Let's unbox it and see what it is. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
White Shoes,
I love my
calm down. Okay, Moto G Stylus 2025. Arguably the best $400 phone you're gonna find. Nice white box, I like that. Giggity. Let's see what you get inside. Now, not too much with the presentation. This is gonna be, let's see, SIM ejection tool. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Usual books and shit. If I could get them out of here. Little struggles right here. Try not to activate beast mode. Anger levels increasing. Okay, there's your usual books and shit. Let's see. Do we have a SIM ejection tool? I don't see it. Okay, there it is. SIM ejection tool. Usual books and shit. This is going to be USB Type-C to USB Type-C charging cable. Shoes. Inspect that for quality. And this is going to be your device. Let me open this up. Right. Check this out. The Moto G Stylus 2025. Now, I got to do the smell test on this one. Smells like savings. Okay, $400. And on a side note, look at this color. Okay, look at this color. I love this. I love this. I love Motorola phones. Okay, I'm just going to keep it a buck. I love Motorola phones. Let's power this up. Let's check the boot up time and go through the specs. Now, this one comes in two different colors, and the names are kind of unique. Gibraltar Sea, okay, the Gibraltar Sea, and Surf the Web. Basically, two shades of this kind of blue. But this one right here, this is beautiful. Beautiful. I would love to see this color on a flagship device. Now, for the display, you got a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1220 by 2712. Now, that's 444 for the PPI Patrol. The phone goes up to 3000 nits brightness, and you got a 120 hertz refresh rate. Apple, iPhone 16e, 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, this phone is IP68 dust and water resistant. You got Gorilla Glass 3 in the front for protection. You got a plastic frame and the Eco leather back. Now, for the processor, you got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Generation 3 with the Adreno 710 GPU. Now, what does that mean in English? That's mid-range specs, bro. Mid-range specs. Now, it comes with 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and a micro SD card slot with expandable memory up to 1 terabyte. Now, it's running Android 15 with Moto UI skin on top. You got a 5,000 milliamp battery that features 68 watt fast charge and 15 watt wireless charge. Wireless charge, expandable memory, and a headphone jack for $400. All right, shoes, skedaddle. Now, for the cameras, on the rear, you got a dual setup. So you got a 50 megapixel wide angle and a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Now you can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, even though you see 4 different rings, 2 are cameras, 1 is a flash, and 1 is an LED sensor. Next, for the front, you got a 32 megapixel wide angle lens, and you can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now you got dual stereo speakers, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC. You got face unlock. You got an on-screen fingerprint sensor. You get Google circle to search. Check this out. You get Smart Connect. I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. That's basically Samsung DeX. You don't even have that Samsung DeX feature on a Samsung A56. That feature is not there. You got it on a $400 Motorola phone. Not to mention, you got a headphone jack. And you got a stylus. You got a stylus. This phone right here, this is the truth. Okay, now I don't want to sound like I'm glazing too much, but this phone is the absolute truth. Now I know what you're going to say. What's the difference between last year's Moto G stylus and this Moto G stylus? Here's the biggest differences. With the 2025, now you get an IP68 dust and water resistance versus just splash resistance. Fully water resistant. Next up, you got a higher resolution display with more nittage, okay? This one has 1200 nits brightness, 3000 nits brightness, and you can actually see the difference. Next, the processor, Snapdragon 6, Generation 1 versus Generation 3. So a little bit of slight bump with the processor and the battery charging speeds. Now you went up from 30 to 68. So slight upgrades, but personally, I like the look better. Okay, I like, even though this red right here is so dope, but this blue is insane. And I like how they give you the 4-camera island to make it look more, more modern. This is the Moto G Power. They pretty much look the same, but you got the stylus. Moto G Stylus 2025, $400. All right, so let me delete my history, and then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. First, let's talk about the build quality. Now, usually I do prefer more premium feeling phones, but for $400, okay, you're looking for durability. You got the eco leather on the back. That means no fingerprints. You got the plastic frame. Doesn't feel cheap at all. Gorilla Glass 3 in the front for protection. Okay. Nice lightweight on this. And I got to say it, feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. And this color is spectacular. On the back, little Moto branding, not too much over the top. There's your camera island, okay? Dual cameras, LED flash, LED sensor, okay? On this side right here, this is gonna be a SIM tray / micro SD card slot for expandable memory. On the bottom, headphone jack, USB Type-C charging slot. There's one of your speaker grills. There's your stylus, okay? On the top, you got a little mic right here. And then on this side, just a power button and your volume rocker. Now check this out. Let's talk about the obvious, the stylus. You could just pop this out with the screen off, and I could just take some notes. Call Mike. Let's change the color up. We'll do a little bit of red. 347 3312. And of course, we got to give him the good old happy face and call it a day. The stylus. Now we'll play with the stylus again in a minute. But that is a dope feature right there. Now, a couple of different ways you can open up your device. Swipe up, put in your pad and your pin. Next, you got your on-screen fingerprint sensor, which works flawlessly. We'll do 3 in a row. Bang. You could do it with the screen off. Just like that. And you got face unlock. Now, the face unlock is not the best on this one. Now, I got to actually look at it. Let me try that again. Yeah, you see, it actually works, but it's actually not the best. Look at this. You see from far away, doesn't really catch. I'm going to try to really look at it. I got to ice grill it for it to pop open. Okay? Face unlock, not the best. Now, let me put my glasses on. We'll try that one more time. I was doing it with my glasses off. Let's try it with the glasses on. Yeah, I got to really mean mug it, and then it pops open. Okay, next. Now, here's one of the things that I don't like. No always on display. However, you do have the peak display. And peak display is pretty dope because if you just tap on it, you see I tapped on the weather, tap on some Moto tricks, missed phone calls, Snapchat, just like that. Okay, so that's your peak display. Now you could just move the phone and it'll turn on, or you could just go like this, double tap. But no always on display. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, there's the face unlock. You see it just popped open? Let's try to. Now I'm wearing my glasses. Let's see. Sometimes you gotta let it warm up. Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, face unlock is working again. Maybe I was having a little issue just now. Hold up, let's see. Okay, well, as you can see for yourself, I like to do this kind of stuff live, but you do got the fingerprint sensor. But it does work. Okay, just not the best face unlock. Swipe over once. This is going to be your Google homepage. Okay, swipe down. Here's all your quick toggles. Smart Connect. Now I got to go upstairs and play with this in front of my monitor. You're going to love this. It's basically Samsung DeX. As you can see, I'm on AT&T. So if I turn off my Wi-Fi, big 5G right there. Okay, 5G plus. Real nice. It's going to work on all of your carriers. That's another thing that I love about Motorola phones as opposed to Realme phones and Redmi phones and all of these Oppo Chinese phones. This is going to work on Verizon. Okay? Shout out to everybody on Big Red. You can actually rock this phone with confidence. And if you break it, you can go into the Verizon store and get a new one. That's something that you got to take into consideration. You can't do that with a Realme phone. I know somebody's going to say, oh, well, for $400, I'd rather get a Poco phone. All right, so drop your Poco phone down the stairs and it breaks. Try to go up in any store in the USA like, oh, can I get a new Poco phone? You know what they're going to tell you? GEAD, G-E-A-D. Okay, figure that out yourself. All right, quick side note. Now, I'm still a little under the weather, so I'm trying not to have a big coughing spree on camera. So if I start laughing too much as I start coughing, I'm going to edit it out. Anyway, like I was saying, okay, so back to the quick toggles. Everything is on deck. You got your wallet, flashlight. Okay, alarm, screencast. Let's go to settings. Now, no need to go through all of the settings, but if you go to connected devices, you got NFC, screencast, Chromebook, quick share, and Android Auto. Okay, you got private DNS. Everything is on deck. Now, for personalization, you see you got my favorite Moto wallpaper. That's this green one right here. This is the one I use on all of my Moto phones. But if you go to dynamic, it's this one right here. If you look closer, you see a little ladybug. I don't know. I always thought ladybugs are so cute. I'm still scared of them, but I just think they're cute. All right, but you got a bunch of different dynamic wallpapers. Look at this one. Looks like something you see on an anime cartoon. Let me not say anime cartoon for y'all nerds come at me, because anime people do not like calling it a cartoon. Anime and cartoons are two different things. I'm sorry. All right, shout out to Team Anime. You got a bunch of different ones like this. Okay, so a bunch of cool ones. And the good thing is they're not all pre-installed. So they're not going to eat up all your memory. So if you don't like them, don't download them. And if you like them, this one is good too. This little Moto Smile right here. This is another one of my mains. Let's wait for it to download. Let me show you how fast it takes to download one. Just like that. And then it'll be in your wallpapers. The little smile right there, little ball right there. That one's kind of cute too. Matter of fact, but I'm going to leave my little ladybug on. All right, so that's your wallpapers. You can change your themes. Okay? Hold up. You hear the ice cream truck outside? The ice cream truck doesn't even excite me right now because I'm in full diet mode. So I'm not even getting excited, even though, let me check. The nipple went up a little bit, but I'm good though. I'm good. You got your fonts, colors, icon shapes. Okay, this is going to be your lock screen. You can change the shortcuts. Okay, fingerprint animations. Now, I like this one right here. But you got boomerang and radio waves. I am yearning for a flagship Motorola phone. It's going to be so dope. Now, the Motorola 60, they just announced it today. But I want a candy bar style flagship Motorola phone. All right, anyways, keep it moving. Sounds. Okay, you got a bunch of ones. Now, my favorite sound, the Kodokan. Hold on, where is it? Hold up, we got the MK Laugh. Let's get maximum volume. Let's see. Hold up, why are we not getting no sound? All right, well, it's the Kodokan. For some reason, we're not getting no sound, but we'll check that in a minute. Let's see. As a matter of fact, let's check it right now. Sound and vibrations. Okay, there it is. That's your call volume. Ring volume. Interesting. Okay, there it is. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we got everything checked up. We'll play with that in a minute. All right, so let's see. Anything else we need to see here? For personalization, we kind of covered all of that. You got dark mode, layout. Let's see, for display, you can change your colors. Bright, vivid, radiant. No, I like mine. It's cool, matter of fact. There it is. Display size and tech. Refresh rate. Let's drop it on 120. Okay, why not? Keep everything on max. 120. The battery life on this is insane. And that's one of the benefits of not having an always on display. You're going to see a significant better battery. But I'd rather take a little hit with the battery and give me an always on display. Okay. Screen record, 3-finger screenshots. There it is. Let's see. Home screen centers. Nothing to really see here too much, basic stuff. Okay. Yeah. You can put your name on your lock screen. All the classic stuff. Sound and vibration, we just checked that. Let me just make sure there's anything we miss here. Okay, Dolby Atmos. Okay, you got the Dolby Atmos alert. Okay, bong, plug in your headphones and get the Dolby Atmos settings. Okay, with the headphone jack, high-res audio. You can't beat that. Media controls, live captions. You got a few gestures. Okay, you got the sidebar right here. So if I want to do Facebook, open that up just like that. Then we can minimize it. And the good thing about it is when you minimize it, it has the little icon. I like that. You have the little icon right there, and you come back in. Okay, so you got the 3-finger screenshots. You can have your power button. You can do the tap on the back. Now, I got mine's tap to take screenshots, but I turned it off. But you can have that on if you want. You can have the twitch for the flashlights. Right now, okay, I got it for camera. We'll leave it on camera. Okay, so we'll do twist for the camera. That's your WorldStar camera button. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Lift to unlock. Pick up the silence. Flip for do not disturb. Okay, battery. Again, 5,000 milliamp battery. Nice and juicy. Okay, optimized charging speed. Slow charge notifications. Battery percentage. Throw it up at the top. Why not? Okay, location, accessibility. If you're hearing or visually impaired. Okay, you got access to all of the features. Apps, passwords, pass keys, security. Okay, you got face unlock, smart unlock, fingerprint sensor, safety and emergency, stylus. Okay, now you got a bunch of stylus features. Okay, stylus out of the case, little alert, last known location. Might as well leave that on. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go through the setup. You got a sound. Let's see. Now, for some reason, I'm not getting any sound. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that one. All right, let's see. Google services, system updates, rating and feedback, about phone. All right, so that's pretty much it. Now, I want to check something. Let's, I like doing this stuff in real life. Let's do a little test phone call right here. All right, now I gotta be one of the dumbest people on the planet, but let me tell y'all what happened. I actually use these phones as my daily drivers. So I was in the gym earlier and I forgot to bring my gym locker. Now I can't work out with 2 phones in my pocket. So I put this phone on Do Not Disturb. I forgot I had it on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so now we could go back and check something else. Let's go back to the settings. I know that was a rookie mistake right there. Very rookie move right there. Let's go to, where was we at? Okay, so this personalization, right? So we went to sounds. I wanted to show y'all for the notifications. Okay, then here's my famous notification sounds. We got the Hadouken! Get over here! But this is my favorite. If y'all hear this in the video, where is it? The Kotal Khan. Where's the Kotal at? You don't impress me. You don't impress me. All right, that's the Kotal sound. And let's see the... Okay, I thought I said a pen sound. Let's see. Okay, maybe I didn't. All right, well, matter of fact, let's do it real quick. Okay, here we go again. Another rookie mistake. The sound is not for when you take the pen out, okay? I should have read this. The sound is when you're actually writing in Moto notes. Okay, so, all right, it is what it is. We're learning this stuff together here. We're learning this together. All right, so where was we? Now let's try the test phone call. Okay.
Hello, Moto.
Okay, we got the Hello Moto. You know what I'm saying? The Hello Moto. Now, I actually did that on purpose because a lot of people keep saying, oh, yo, Floss, you leaked your number. Bro, I've been on YouTube for over 15 years. Okay, actually 16 years. I just got an alert from YouTube saying happy 16th year on YouTube. Nothing is getting leaked, okay? If you see a number in a video, that means it's a trap number, okay? I'm never gonna leak my phone number. Nobody knows my phone number except my girl. That's the only person who knows my real phone number. No one else knows it. Not even none of my friends, okay? So don't worry about that, Okay, let me just set that clear. Now, a lot of people do be texting and calling my trap numbers. I'm never going to answer because after the video, I turn the phone off. And then I turn it back on for the video and I see a bunch of people text me and all that. I appreciate everybody texting me, but I'm never going to reply. Okay, I don't have time. If you want to get in contact with me, hit me up in the YouTube comments. Anyway, where was we? Okay, so that's pretty much it for the settings. As you can see, I had a little rant right there. Android 15, okay, all of the Android 15 widgets, everything works. I was listening to some K-Flock in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Listen to a little K-Flock, little widget right there. Let's check the web browsing speeds. Go to Motorola.com. Okay, let's take it to Motorola and check this out. Okay, so we got some Moto phones right here. This is the G-Power. I'm on the waiting list for the Razr 60, okay? And we're going to get into it. As you can see, 120 hertz refresh rate. And if I want to, split screen multitasking. Let's go to, you see, this is all my apps. Look, I haven't closed nothing. I've been doing stuff all day long, just so y'all see. Let's see, let's go to TikTok. Yeah, I was on TikTok earlier. TikToking. Okay, there it is. Let me turn the volume down. There's TikTok, and there's Motorola at the same time. Look at Mark Rebier on the bottom. Okay, so the web browsing speeds, and this is another thing that we got to talk about. Hold up.
You don't impress me.
Calm down, Kodal. Calm down, Kodal. Who that? Majesty Williams? Okay, somebody sent me a message. All right, we'll get back to that. Snapdragon 6 Generation 3. Now, I know that sounds kind of old because we already went to Snapdragon 7, Snapdragon 8, all of the 8 series. You know, we had a bunch of processors after that. But when you're buying a phone for $400, you want the phone to work. And if you notice, look at all these apps I got in the background. Everything is running fine. Everything is running smooth. And that's another thing that separates this from shit like this Galaxy A56. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Galaxy A56 hater, but I'm going to say Samsung is not good for buying mid-range and budget phones. Okay, if you're going to buy a mid-range or budget phone, you don't want a Samsung phone. Samsung One UI is too big. It's too heavy. It's trying to do too much. Okay, when you buy a mid-range or budget Samsung phone, you're going to notice lag. You're going to notice lag because this phone is trying to do too much. The thing I love about these Motorola phones, the Moto skin is nice and light and fluffy, okay? The Moto skin is light and fluffy. It's not trying to do too much, not trying to be too fancy, but it just works, okay? Everything just works on it. It's nice and smooth, no lag. And again, it just feels buttery, okay? And I think the best word for this is fluffy. This is a nice fluffy skin for a mid-range phone. So don't be thrown off about the processor, Snapdragon 6. Oh, that sounds like it's too old. Don't worry about, oh, it's not going to have 7 years worth of updates. It's $400, okay? And it's going to get the job done. All right, so now let's test out the dual stereo speakers. Of course, I got the official Flossy Carter sound test by my man Mark Rebier. Here we go.
Yo, sound test. Time for sound test. Everybody shut your mouth. Time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? Does it sound big? Does it sound loud?
How's the bass, baby? How's the treble on it? How's it sound now? How's it sound now?
That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. Sound test. That's a sound test, baby. That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. How's the sound on that shit? God damn it, holla.
Nice and loud. Look, I'm covering up the bottom speaker. This is just the top. You can feel a little bass.
How's the sound, white shoes? How's the sound on it? How's the sound, baby? That's a sound test.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rebier, and I'm going to say this. For a $400 phone, the volume of the speakers is perfect. It's nice and loud. You got a little bit of bass. Okay, now, it's not super bass heavy, but I cannot complain. And I'm going to say this one more time. Whenever I review a phone, I deliberately try to find the things that I don't like. Okay, that's my mission. I'm trying to find the things that I don't like so I can help y'all with your purchase. It's really hard to find something that I don't like about this phone. The speakers sound pretty damn good. All right, so now let's test out this beautiful display. Full screen. Now you do got some juicy bezels, okay? A little bit of bezels here and there, but not the worst. Little cutout for your front-facing camera. The viewing angles, not bad. Up to 3,000 nits brightness. This is what it's gonna look like when you're watching the videos. Just like that. Beautiful. 400 bucks. Let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's do a little gaming. And on a side note, you see that little game icon? You click on that, and you got an actual game space. So you got your toolkit, your apps. You can see your performance mode. So right now, we'll put it on turbo. Here's your CPU, your GPU, your frames per second, your RAM, your core temperature. You can change your volume, your settings. Got all your different apps. All right, so let's try a little Asphalt Unite. Here we go. Snapdragon 6 Generation 3 for your processor. Let's get it. Now, I'm gonna see if I can try to do that shit I did yesterday. Oh, look. We gotta stay toward the left on that. Double tap for the spin. We gotta stay toward the left. Woo! Okay, hold up. There it is, there it is. Woo! Let's go. Okay, here it is, here it is. Let's see this. Oh, I missed it, I missed it. I missed it. It was that ramp. All right, so if we missed it, we might as well. Oh, let's see. Can I get it? No. We were supposed to go on the top. Let's see. Let's see. We missed it. We missed it. All right, tomorrow's video, the next phone video, we try it again. There it is. Hold up. Okay. I'm so corny. All right. You see for yourself. Gaming with your Moto G stylus, no issues at all, especially with these little Android games like this. Now, I gotta mention this, if you're gonna be playing Genshin Impact for 36 hours straight, then you might wanna get a gaming phone, okay? This is not designed to be a specific gaming phone, but as you can see for yourself, it handles these games with no issues. All right, so now let's talk about the star of the show, the stylus. Now, we already seen the screen write off, okay? Just pop out the stylus. Y'all can't hear this, but it's actually a little sound. That's pretty dope. Now you can also change. Let's do a different color for this one. We'll do this purple. Look at that. You got a ruler, okay? You could do text, write to text, like WHAT. Okay, you can write it like that. Bunch of little stuff right there with the notes. Now I'm gonna put this back in. Okay, exit out of that. Next, we'll come back in. Here's your regular stylus. Now, of course, you could do regular write notes. Okay, we already did that. Let's exit out of that. Oh, my bad. Hold up. Okay, click on that little icon right there. You got Moto Notes. Now you see how here's all my notes from that I've been taking already, all my little scribble notes. Okay, exit out of that. Next, you got screenshots. I can take the screenshot and then I can actually write on this. Let's got it. Write on that. Somebody want to know which app? This is my favorite app. The little arrow right there. Again, we save it, delete, go crazy. Next, we got freeform crop. Okay, so now same thing. I can just let's do this little section right here. Crop that, send, share, go crazy. Right, exit out of that. Of course, we got the picture and picture flowing. Let's delete that. Now, you got sketch to image. Now, I'm going to hit y'all with one of my favorites. Let's do sketch to image. This shows y'all how good my drawing skills are. Okay, we're gonna do a little white shoes right there. Okay, let's generate that. And let's see if AI knows my drawing skills. It should give me a nice cat. All right, AI, don't troll me right now. All right, there it is. Look at that. We got the Easter bunny right here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save that because I think that was cute. This is a new NFT. Anybody want to buy this? Send me a DM. All right, so that's, that's a fun little thing to do. And, of course, you got your calculator. So you go to dinner with somebody. Let's do 99 plus 33 equals. Bang. Oh, I did times. Okay, let's try that again. 99 plus 33. Is my handwriting that terrible? Let me try that again. 99 plus 33. I did. All right, so I'm writing at an angle. But you see, you can do now. I don't know all the calculus and all that, but you could do 9x3 v squared. All that kind of stuff. You can go crazy. I don't even know what that means, but you get it. Math was never my subject, per se. Right? But there it is. Right? And then you can go to settings. You can change your shortcuts up and go, have more. You got a GIF maker. Okay, so let's say I don't use the handwriting calculator too much, so we can add the GIF maker. Okay, so now we'll just go to YouTube. We'll click on this. We'll do the GIF maker. Okay, we'll bring this right up here. Hit play on the video. Hit start. Let it record for a few minutes. And look at that. Let's exit out of that. And this is the GIF that I made. Now, fellas, use your imagination. You can go to any website you want. You can go to your favorite scumbag videos. Go crazy. Make some GIFs. Send them to your girl. Ladies, make some GIFs. Send them to your man. Have a good time. All right, have a good time. Now, I usually like to make the GIFs like this. If I'm about to bust my girl's ass in some Mortal Kombat, I might make a little Mortal Kombat fatality and send her something like that real quick and keep it moving. All right, there it is. All right, so this is the stylus. So the stylus this is a nice feature to have. And keep in mind, there's really only one other phone that's doing this, and that's the Galaxy S25 Ultra. That's the only phone out there that's doing this. Besides the Galaxy, there's nothing else that has a built-in stylus. The built-in stylus. Now, I know a lot of y'all going to use that calculator shit. Not me, but the one I'll use the most is just writing notes. All right, let me see. Call Dave. I'll call Dave tomorrow. Writing little notes here and there. Now, if you look at my Galaxy notes, I got a bunch of notes. I like to take the actual note instead of using a voice note because it helps you remember. All right, let's exit out of that. All right, so there's your stylus. Now, we got to talk about the camera. This camera is pretty underrated. Motorola actually makes great cameras. Let's go through the different shooting modes. You got slow motion. Slow motion, better than no motion. You got video. You can do wide angle. You got macro.
You don't impress me.
Calm down, Kodo. All right. You can do all the way up to 6x zoom. Okay, not the most zoomiest zoom. Same thing with the regular camera. You got macro. You got wide angle. And you could go up to 10x zoom. You got portrait mode. Now, portrait mode actually has 3 different focal lengths. You got pro mode. Change your white balance, shutter speed, ISOs. And you got more. So you got scan, you got night vision, panorama, ultra resolution, you got photo booth, you got tilt shift, time lapse, and dual capture, front and back. Now, let me show y'all something real quick. We got to take it to the infamous zoom test. And I want to see, did it pass the zoom test? Now, I didn't even look at this photo yet. So we're going to look at this together for the first time. Okay, here it is. All right, now look at this. For regular daytime photos on a bright sunny day, this is beautiful. Nothing to complain about. Okay, zoomed in a little bit more. And there's the infamous zoom test. And of course, for $400, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a phone that's going to pass the zoom test for that price, but it is what it is. Now, y'all seen me review yesterday, the Red Magic phone, right? Now, the one thing about the Red Magic phone, the selfies were pretty horrible. Look at the difference. This is a real selfie now. I could actually post this and not really be too ashamed. Okay. Besides the ugly grill, I wouldn't be ashamed. So this actually has a decent camera. But don't take my word for it. Take a look at these test pictures and videos for yourself. Now check this out. Here's how Smart Connect works. As you can see, I got the phone paired up to my gaming monitor, and I can use the phone as a trackpad. So we'll do mobile desktop. And all I'm doing is using the trackpad like this. And we can click on, let's do Google Chrome. I can open up a full website. Let's go to YouTube. I can watch some separate YouTube videos while I got my computer on this side. I can go to my Gmails. I can go to the Play Store. Or I can go to any of my other apps. Smart Connect, basically Samsung DeX on a $400 Motorola phone. All right, so now let's do the RDA test. Regular daily activities. Now you just dropped $400 on a brand new phone. Let's see how it works in the real world. Now keep in mind, this phone does have wireless charge. So you put this on a wireless charger, there's your wireless charge animation. Now keep in mind, you also got 68 watt fast charge, so you don't have to charge this up overnight. You can sleep with it in the bed, like I do, and when you wake up in the morning,
You don't impress me.
calm down, Kodal, plug this in. Look at that beautiful animation. and charge up your phone. Shit, shower, and shave, you ready to go. Now, here's what I like to do. Wake up in the morning, okay? You can see battery percentage, time, date. You got a little weather. And I could just tap, see my Instagram. Okay, Pete Gonzalez sent me a post. Got some Nest notifications, missed phone calls, and some Snapchats. Okay, now when I pick up the phone, all I got to do is pick it up and look at it. Bang, there's your face unlocked. First things first, check the weather. Okay, 70 degrees. Okay, actually 64. Okay, went down a little bit, 64. It's been pretty hot out here in New York. Okay, next, swipe over to Google. Now, OnePlus 13T. I was this close. I was this close to ordering this last night, and then I realized it has a 6.3-inch display. That's just too small for me. I mean, nah. I mean, I think it's a little, it's a toss-up between this and the OnePlus 13R. Personally, I would go with the OnePlus 13R, even though this one does have wireless charge. But the OnePlus 13T, which is this one, has worse cameras. Okay, so I would go with the 13R. It's a bigger phone. The only difference is no wireless charge. And I like the look of the 13R a little bit better. But let's get a fresh refresh. Let's say that again. Let me get a fresh refresh. Okay, Xiaomi 15 Ultra gets $200 price cut. Okay, shout out to whoever that was that bought that green one from me. I hope you're enjoying that. Look at the bubble on these, bro. What's going on? That's a big ass bubble on those Nikes. All right. Okay, so we got the Nothing Phone 3A launch. Confirmed. Okay. Bose Quiet Comforts on sale. Bose got some new earbuds in the pipelines. Okay, iPad Air on sale. Moto G. Let's see. I already loved Moto G Stylus last year. Okay, so hold up. Somebody's at my front door. Hold on. Let me check real quick. All right, my bad. These door-to-door Verizon salesmen, bro. Yeah, damn it. Okay, I already loved last year's Moto G Stylus 5G, but Motorola is pulling out all the stops for its latest model. This is what I'm talking about. It's not only me. Motorola's new $400 phone is putting some flagships on blast. Look, it's not just me, y'all. It's not just me. This phone is the truth. Okay, now, Pixel 9a. Would I take this over Pixel 9a? Probably not. Okay, but the Pixel 9a is not $400. That's $500. This is $400. You got to compare it with other $400 phones. Okay, and this blue colorway. Oh man, I need this color on another phone. Anyway, all right, so that's the Moto G Stylus. Everybody's loving this. Henry Cavill, lead of Fantasy Remake confirmed for Amazon. Okay, he looking like Raiden right here. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Elder God Raiden. Okay, let's see. If you know, you know. Now this right here. Now. Look at this green Motorola right here. It kind of has grass on the back. Now the brown one kind of looks like wood. I'm torn between which one to order, the brown or the green. Let me know which one y'all like better, but I think I'm going with the green. Okay, the Ninja Slushie. I got a new slushie machine in the mail yesterday. Y'all heard of Innovia? A company called Innovia. They sent me a slushie machine. They want me to battle it versus the Ninja. I don't know. It's a little bit bigger. I don't know. Y'all remember the Ewings? Did y'all say Ewing or Ewing? Some people say Patrick Ewing. I don't know. We say Ewing. I remember the Ewings back in the days. If you had some Ewings, a lot of Jamaicans had like the Ewings though. Shout out to my West Indians, but y'all Jamaican dudes, y'all love the Patrick Ewings, bro. Y'all love those. Okay, now look, Moto Buds Loops. Remember, you heard it from me first. Okay, these style earbuds. The loops or rings, whatever y'all want to call them, these are the future. And Motorola got a pair coming up. But wait till y'all see, bro, I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. All right, shoes, bro. Shoes come up here hobbling. You right, shoes? All right, I had to check shoes' legs. She came up here a little unsteady. Okay, we got a Poco F7 Pro. Okay. Shout out to my man Will from GSM Arena, you know what I mean? One of my guys. We actually had dinner a couple of years ago, man. He's a cool dude right there. All right, so... Forza Horizon 5. Ooh, we got a new Forza coming out right in time for the summer. All right. Anyway, so this is how Zest Monster, calm down. All right, so this is how your Google homepage is going to look. Now, as you can see, look at this. I haven't closed any app. All of these apps still running in the background. Okay, now if I want to, matter of fact, I'll clear them at the end. Next, let's do a little work. Okay, so we'll go check some history facts. You see that cat here? Cat hairs be looking like scratches. All right, so read a quick email. Yes, sir. Okay, send that real quick. Now, if I want to, I can just open up Facebook. Oh, okay, nothing going on Facebook. Let me go ahead and minimize that. Take it to this. We do a little freeform, okay? Minimize that as well. And now we got 2 apps minimized. Now I can go back to scrolling, browsing, doing whatever I want. And at any moment, there's my Gmail, there's my Facebook. Exit, exit. Bang. Okay. Next, if I got to make some phone calls, some text messages, bang, just like that. Let's take it over to Facebook. Okay. Then and now, 2 years ago, this was me and Amaya at her cheerleading competition. Oh, I'm so glad the cheerleading days is over because don't get me wrong, as much as I like going to those competitions, if they don't come in first place, it was an emotional roller coaster. And shout out to all of the cheer moms and dads out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got to be the number one consoler. When they lose those competitions, yo, you got to be the number one consoler on the planet. You know what I mean? All right, here's the Skull Candy. Now, I'm going to do a giveaway for these. I'm doing an update video probably this weekend. I got 2 extra sets of these. I'm going to do a giveaway. All right, I'm going to bring the giveaways back to the channel. Look at Birdman. Why y'all be trying to say I look like Birdman, man? Y'all need to knock it off, yo. I hate y'all, man. This is my cousin right here. Shout out to my little cousin right here. This is my ride or die right here. When the shit pop off, my little cousin be ready to throw hands for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my little cousin right here. That's what I'm talking about. All right, anyway, man. I'm speaking from experience, man. She almost had to throw some hands for me one day, man. One day about a year ago, actually. All right, let's see. My sister right there. Let's see. All right, look at shoes. Look at shoes. Boop. Had to boop her real quick. Oh, what is this now? What is this? Oh, what is this? I need that. Okay, look, MKBHD. I got a little MKBHD fun fact. We'll check in on that in a minute. I need this right here. Now, you know, you got to watch these ads because then when you order them, but I need to have it just like that when somebody jump out with the road rage. Nah, bro, this is what you need, man. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Boop. All right, let's see. What else we got here? Oh, now look at this. GLE, Turtle Wagon. Boop. I'm sorry. Come on. How could you look at this face right here and not get a boop, yo? Yeah, how could you do that? Shark bite. Look. This guy right here.
Oh my God!
This guy right here. You ever hate somebody so much that you can't stop watching?
And there's Dubai chocolate ice cream.
Hold up. Let's see. Is he gonna do? Shark bite.
You know what time it is. Shark bite.
I hate this guy, yo. I hate this guy. When he's not. I hate him, yeah. I hate him, but I like him at the same time. You know, it's like when you got that annoying cut. You're like, I hate this little cut, but then you keep going like this all day. Like, it's one of those situations. Earbuds with subwoofers. Okay, status audio, no doubt. All right, so here's how your Facebook's gonna look. Again, 120 hertz refresh rate. Look at that scrolling speed. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is what you get when you don't try to do too much with your OS. Okay, with your UI. Don't try to do too much. Everything runs nice and smooth. Even my live wallpaper is still running in the background. Next, we'll take it over to, let's go to X. Okay, let's get a refresh on X. See what's going down on X. Let's see. Look at Shannon Sharp out here. You know, my man Shannon Sharp. Now, everybody talking about the new iPhone design. What y'all think about it? Hold up. Everybody, hold up. Everybody talking about the new iPhone design. Can we just take a minute and just say Apple is officially on Google's nutsacks? Let's keep it a buck, yo. Come on, Apple. Come on, Apple. Don't act like y'all just came up with this idea. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. All right, anyway, I don't know. I personally don't like it too much, but I don't hate it. Oh, somebody did Shannon Sharp dirty. All right, why they did Unk dirty? They got the OnlyFans model. They got the evidence tape. They got him with the classic green sweatsuit. Remember he had that green sweatsuit on? They did my man Unk real greasy. All right, but anyway, let's go to the mentions. Let's see. Okay, somebody, what's going on here? Somebody said, meh, Flossie Carter, Zito Max, and MKBHD. 2 decades of creating on YouTube. Who's been your creator you've been with since the beginning? Okay, somebody, oh, okay, the guy's name is Meh. Okay, me, MKBHD, and Zito Max. All right, shout out to my dude, man, no doubt. 2 decades on YouTube, bro. I've been on YouTube for this channel 16 years, but overall 20 years. I was on YouTube when it first started, bro. And shout out to my OGs. Y'all remember my first channel? Y'all remember my first channel was a little too greasy. My first channel would have got canceled same day. All right, if I tried that channel now, it would have got canceled same day. All right, hey, we did some red magic stuff. Oh, look, somebody got the skull candies, the red ones. Ooh, the red ones. The red ones. Again, we talked about this yesterday. I don't know what's up with Casetify, but I did order one product, the watch. Let's see, did I miss anything? Happy birthday shoes. Okay, there's a lot of shoe stuff. I didn't even get to that. A lot of people showing shoes some love. What is this? Oh, now, here's a speaker I want to see you review. Now, I actually was thinking about copping one of these, the Monster Rock and Roller. The Monster Rock and Roller. I don't know, but the thing about the Monster products, though, they be big. They be overly big. And the size doesn't match the sound. You get a JBL speaker this size, it's gonna blow your roof off. A lot of these Monster products, they just be making them overly big. I don't know, but sometimes the price do be right though. Price do be right. Let's see, you ain't prepared to fly if you're not watching Flossy Carter before your flight. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. Flossy Carter showed up in a Red Magic ad. You know what I'm saying? Give it to me. Let's see.
Gaming phone to create the ultimate gaming experience without limits.
Let's see, hold up.
Okay, there's an LED here. Pushed boundaries with cutting-edge
Hold up.
cooling, beastly performance.
Might as well.
95.3% screen to
Hold up.
ratio. No
Oh shit, they got plus. Oh shit, they got plus. All right, sorry. All right, calm down, bro. All right, anyway, so that's how your I try not to cough. That's how your X is gonna look. Next, let's take it over to TikTok. Gotta lower the volume. Amaya sent me a new message. Okay. Yo, AI really need to chill, yo. AI really need to chill. Okay, Galaxy Z Flip 7. Okay, I don't know I hate this little line shit. That's why I'm always gonna like Motorola better. Just do full screen. What's this little line shit? You still got all that empty space right there. Just go full screen, bro. Stop it. Okay, now she making the ice cream look extra delicious. Okay, now what is this? Now I would definitely sleep there, 100%. 100%. Let's see, imagine finding out what your home is worth. Okay, look, now here we go. Now, if they come out with that red, now, I don't know why when they make these kind of videos, they always try to tease us with the red. They know they're not coming out with that red. But if they do, if they come out with the red, hold up. You see now, when I see stuff like this is when you pull this out and you wait. Okay, you wait a second. And the screenshot. Bang. Now I got the red screenshot right there on deck. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and crop this. And go ahead and save this. Bang. Okay, and drop it back in. That red is fire, though. If it comes out like that, I want that. Okay, anyway, so here's how your TikTok is going to look. Whew. Now, something like this I could bust down. I just have to take it easy on the butter, but that's pretty much a big protein feast right there. I need that, though. Woo. Matter of fact, I don't give a F. Give me the butter. Give me that butter. Butter. Every time I tell my girl, she be like, you want it? Butter? Butter. I'm like, yeah, butter. Put more butter. Why I gotta be so dramatic? Butter. Cockroach buster? Bro, what is this now? If you got that many roaches in your crib, you don't need cockroach buster, yo. You need a house buster. You need to get a new. Hold up.
You don't impress me.
Calm down. Let's see. No notch clean display. Okay, yes. That's the air. All right, anyway. Ooh, trifold status. Trifold status. I kind of miss my trifold, but I ain't gonna lie, I do miss it. But it went to a good home. If it wasn't for my homeboy who put the pressure on me, he basically forced me to sell it to him. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He forced me to sell it to him. If it wasn't for him, I would have kept it. All right, anyway, so that's how TikTok is gonna look. Edge lighting on Galaxy S25. Come on, I already showed y'all how to do this. Okay, but they got it back again. I showed y'all how to do this already. All right, let's keep it moving. Next, we'll do one more. Let's take it over to Instagram. Okay, let's see what's going on Instagram. Let's see. 50 Cent sues filmmaker. 50 always out here suing somebody, man. I don't know, man. You know, I used to be a big 50 Cent fan, but 50 Cent, he's a little bit too petty for me nowadays, man. Okay, they got the Trump hat for $50. Who buying one of these? My man Young Trump out here slinging $50 hats. I ain't mad at him, though. Yeah. Let's see. Shannon Sharp's accuser has BDSM about 100 times and kept coming back reports. I mean, come on. She was obviously going for the kill, yeah. She was going for the setup. Somebody told her how to set this man up, and his old goofy ass fell for it, yeah. You can't be that old and that goofy, yo. I mean, damn, yeah. What's going on, yeah? All right. Okay, this is why Sus got caught. Who's sus here? Who's sus? I don't know. I gotta catch up with these young cats. Sus. I'm not naming myself sus. I don't know about that. You see the difference between the Galaxy and the Razr? Full screen display, man. This is what you want, yo. You gotta like that. Okay. Sleeping Prince turns 2 decades in a coma. Wow. Okay. What is this now? Is this the moto? Yeah, this is the moto right here. Okay, it's a motor right here. Now again, I don't want to watch any unboxings and all that because I'm gonna get one, so I'm gonna keep it fresh and excited. Okay, let's see. The Louis Vuitton got a $5,000 dolphin bag, a $5,000 dolphin shaped bag. Yeah, they running out of ideas. They said, look, man, you know somebody smoking a blunt in the Louis Vuitton headquarters like, yo, what should we come up with next? Somebody said, how about a dolphin? And then somebody said, yeah, why not? Sorry. Somebody said, how about a dolphin? And not only did somebody say, how about a dolphin, somebody else agreed. Somebody said, word, that's a good idea. How about a dolphin, yeah? And somebody said, but how much we gonna sell it for? Come on, bro. $5,000 minimum. And somebody gonna be walking around like this outside with a fucking dolphin bag, yo. Hey, I'm not mad, yo. I'm not mad, yo. I'm not mad at all. Let's see. What would we name this? Mount Rushmore? Let's see. Who we got? Kanye West. We got Soulja Boy. This is a Mount Rushmore of internet effery. Internet effery. I'm trying not to curse too much, but that's internet effery. Let's see. Meek Mill says that a weekend trip to Dubai pays him more than his whole music catalog. I hope he's not out there with the chocolate boys. You know, I'm talking about out in Dubai with the chocolate factory out there. Hey, it is what it is, though. I don't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? The chocolate factory. All right, let's see. Anything else we need to see here? See, now, you see somebody doing this in their backyard, this is somebody that you stay away from. Right? This is somebody that you stay away from immediately. Let's see, bye-bye Instagram. Let's see, Mark Zuckerberg may sell WhatsApp and Instagram if he loses Federal Trade Commission. He might sell WhatsApp and Instagram. Hey, I mean, you know, who cares? You know, once Instagram goes, everybody just goes to the next app. Like, nobody cares. Everybody just transition to the next app. No one cares. All right, let's see. A quarter a day for a year will get you $9,000. Okay. $1 a day, 365. Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. Hey, it is what it is. My man Kevin Gates out here trolling LeBron James. All right. So anyway, this is how your look at my man Benny out here. Benny got some new watches. Okay. This is how your Instagram is gonna look. You know, let's see. Mary J. Blige, Calvin, Mary J. Blige, Zoom test. You know, my Instagram been pretty decent lately. As soon as I say that, you know, okay. As soon as I say that, look at this. Look at this. They having a little scuffle. They have a little toxic relationship. They having a little scuffle outside. Yeah, okay. You know. Okay, Nas got a new album with DJ Premier. Okay, that's what I like to see. Let's see, what is this now? Calcium cannons. All right. Let's see. Now, we used to call these the chuckers. Let's see, do they have the beef and broccoli? Oh, look at this. Now, y'all might think this is kind of weird, but I'm going to save that because I might have to back these out. Hold up. Oh, the red. Now, the red isn't, I don't like the top of that red. You couldn't get away with the top. I used to rock these back in the days, though. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days when you went to a club and they said no jeans and sneakers, all of the hood dudes came with these on, bro. That's how we did it. But the beef and broccoli, this colorway was fire. Anyway, and of course, you can just take your notes. We already went through all of that. Let's see. Let's double check the YouTube picture in picture. Let's see what's going down. Let's see. Taking on the videos. Taking on the massage guns, you know what I'm saying? Get a little volume on this.
Another video. And today we're going to take a look at some self-care
and there it is.
tech.
All right, exit out of that. Let's kind of rank this video. I had to take a deep breath. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am giving the Moto G Stylus a major go. And for $400, as Bob Barker would say, the price is right. Like I said, my only two gripes: no always on display. Okay, so you're gonna have to do the the peak status. No always on display, and no IR blaster. Other than that, you got everything that you need. This right here, this is a come up phone right here. Actually, calm down. Let me one last wipe down. There it is. This is a double major go. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. And let me know if there's any other things that y'all want to see me review in the near future, but I will tell you what I got coming up. I just got the Oppo Find X8 Ultra in the mail. Okay, we got the Vivo X200 Ultra. That should be coming next week. We got the new JBL headphones. We got the Focus headphones. We got the new Asus, the new ROG laptop, the Strix, the Scar 16. All right, so that's 5 videos coming up. And if y'all want to see anything else in between, maybe I'll do a Ciroc review, or maybe I'll do a weekend update. But I do want to do a little giveaway. And if anybody want to buy any of these Motorola phones, hit me up in the comments. I got a plethora of them to choose from. And again, you can't go wrong for $400. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat, boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossie_Carter, that's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing, I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes. Pitch and roll. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise. Spock here.
Spock, one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.
Hey guys, Jerry Springer here. Subscribe to Flossie Carter for the real reviews. He has a tech channel on YouTube, and he already has over 2 million subscribers, so give him a look. You may like it, and it could be very useful. Take care of yourself and each other.